Hey guys, Sigma here, and I am sitting down with yet another demo review, this time taking a look at Lux's team, which by the tag I think is called Music? Something like that. Anyways, I have a medic point of view here, so unfortunately I can't tab or see who's up and who's down, so I'll just try to keep track of it and not be talking too much about, something that couldn't even happen because the demo's dead, and I don't know it. So yeah, medic point of view here. So I'll be talking primarily about what the medic himself could be doing better, and what the combo could be doing better in particular. I'll still make some comments on how the team could play, but it's more difficult for me to do that because I can't see what happens on the flank ever. So let's hit this demo. See what we got. I think it's just a moment before it starts, I believe. And yes, they're readied up, so starting out. Okay, so healing the demo first, and both soldiers jumped for no reason. Actually, I'm going to pause it right at the start here and just point out that the pocket soldier jumping on a rollout where you can't hit a resupply cabinet, like pretty much Granary is the only map in current play where you can't hit a resupply after the first jump. You're giving up 80 health and your crit heal to move like 5 feet, so basically you should never do it, because if you have the crit heal you can get 300 off the door and have your first 2 jumps for free, but if you take that 80 damage you're gonna not even be back up to 200 by the time you're taking your first 2 jumps. So this roll is screwed up, and it's not actually possible for them to get to mid with 300 on both soldiers, and you can always get to mid with 300 on both soldiers if you do the rollout right on every single map. So that's one disadvantage off the start. And apparently the roaming soldier is not equalizing. So perhaps, like, this is a really, really screwed up roller right now, just before the first mid. Maybe it's just like the first mid, they didn't have things worked out correctly, but you have to have one soldier equalize to get crit heals at the mid, and the other one keeps pace with the medic, waits for the crit heal buff, keeps pace with the medic, because that's the only way to get 300 soldiers on both maps, or on all maps I should say. I mean, if you go way back in time before the equalizer was in competitive too, there was jump styles that would let you do it on Granary, but there was no way to do it on Badlands. So pretty much just do it because it's simple, you always get max health, and now they have really screwed up health. So yeah, it sounds like they killed the enemy demo, but like, I mean, their combo can't get out of house because their health is really low, and they've already lost 2 people, so actually kind of a mistake to even, continue to mid after having such a messed up rollout. Hopefully they fix that in the next round. But at least the medic lives, thanks to a soldier not jumping on his head, stepping out of the house there when the pocket is behind him because of the screwed up rollout. It is like a recipe for disaster. Now it's a little dangerous for them to have been holding close here, because they were outnumbered off of mid, but thankfully for them, rather than actually pushing on it and causing a 4v3 exchange, which they're bound to win, blue would be bound to win that, they decide to suicide the scout, and looks like somebody does on the flank, and I'm not sure these names yet, so that was either the roaming soldier or the scout going down. And for some reason red is a sniper, which makes like no sense to me. I mean, I guess if they planned to hold a yard from bats, which they didn't because their combo held a corner, but if they had, it's a decent way to put pressure on the enemy team through yard. But honestly, like, so early, and when there's clearly enough other problems, I would just prefer to stay on scout, because in this situation they have 2 picks, so this is an easy mid cap if they had 2 scouts, but instead they have a sniper, which is going to make this more difficult. But I'd still push it because it's effectively 5v. Well, there goes the sniper. Not that it really mattered anyways. Okay, so they push in the wrong order right here, because you should never have somebody die before you pop on the exchange. The flank should be waiting until the pop actually commits and then coming in to clean up behind, not just pushing as fast as possible, because that just leads to a bad push. And now I think I lost track already, but I think they're 2 or 3 down in this push, and they flash the Uber for no reason. So They didn't need both soldiers with them. They didn't need to lose people before the push. And the enemy's picks were 1 or 2 scouts, so this push is actually doomed at this point. Because, okay, you saw those stickies, you don't need to stand right. This push is doomed at this point, because, they pretty much just executed poorly, and blue should be able to block this. Blue's combo is not in the fight. Okay, they're coming back in now. I would have just stayed in after having, you know, so thoroughly elaborated upon their Uber. But yes, overwhelming advantage for blue. It's pretty much the right play to go for the medic. I don't know who's playing medic for them yet, so this is gonna be hard till I figure that out. But a red medic spawning alone gets a scout with him finally. Now, I don't think that blue's push on mid should have fallen apart there. It didn't look like enough people died, but maybe it's just too slow to kill BM, who I think is a scout. And now they do get the cap, but was the enemy medic still alive? That's the question. Right, note to self, I am going to ask what the name of the enemy medic was in these demos before I start, because... Okay, BM's their demo man, who's flanking. Now the enemy medic must live, because there's the pop. I'm going to figure out what his name is right here. They should kill somebody with that combo. Come on. Come on, kill some... Come on. Give me an assist notice or something. Slin's the medic. Slin's the soldier. Okay, whatever. I'll figure it out later. For the time being, I don't like what they're doing. Like, what they're doing with their soldiers is they always have these 2 soldiers together in the demos off alone. That's playing like 2007 TF2. It's long since been proven that it's better to put the demo in the combo as much as possible and have the off soldier, you know, go be playing with scouts, because it's easy for a scout and soldier to make a play. Scout and demo man doesn't work together as well, and the amount of damage that the demo can do on the enemy combo is just, like, flippin' huge. If you heard yours. Okay. And my pet peeve, like, from forever in TF2, is pockets that go under 200 health when they're building Uber. Now, the enemy team has charged. They've popped in, so the appropriate response is to switch sides. They get their demo down because they didn't switch sides, and now it's over because their demo's down. So yeah, better way to defend last against an Uber is you make them pop, you attempt to switch sides, and you just hope you're fast enough to get in there after the initial death. When they're dropping to points while you're in spawn. Now, they seem to have a soldier AFK on this round, and then they had a guy equalizing anyways, so they didn't know the soldier was AFK. They decided not to go to mid, which is good, as long as I don't see their demo man die here. Okay, good, he didn't die. Everybody's in the same spot, that's not good. Scout has to get out of here, because the health is not good enough to take a buff right now. Like, pausing. That's exactly what you don't want to do on your healing style, and that's half the scout's fault for waiting for that buff there, and half the medic's fault for actually healing him. He buffed him up to 155, which is going to decay pretty much by the time he gets back to flank, and he spent 2-3 seconds to do that, which could have been a full buff on the demo man. So their health is, like, dangerous here. Since they just lost mid, the other team, like, they didn't contest mid, so the other team's obviously at full health, and they're going to push in any moment here. So, very, very dangerous to be, like, wasting your healing patterns. But it looks like they're not quite going to get punished for it. Yes, they're okay. They're okay. So, they don't get punished for it, but they could have been. So that's just something to pay attention to. Now, the other team has Uber. They're going to get Uber, so they have to walk forward. The soldier jumping back so far was bad. I'll just point something out. The appropriate response to being Ubered into is to have everybody back up except for your combo who walks forward, because since you're going to have a longer Uber by default, I mean, like, backing up a little there at first was appropriate because they didn't have it yet, but like that last jump the soldier took made this Uber ineffective when he could have been jumping forward with that because he was going to get popped on. And the reasoning is, the best Uber is an Uber that sits on one person the entire time with maybe like one flash in it, and you just like chase their combo out pretty much with that, because the medic can't keep pushing into your team who's backing up if you're Ubering and walking forward. If you're all backing up, they can, you know, make you pop far back and then run away. If you're walking forward, they can't push the people behind you because it's suicide for their medic and he has to get out. So this is an ineffective Uber because they didn't do that. And that was like a feel-good flash that he put on that other soldier. It's much better to not flash somebody unless they're actually going to take damage. So they could have both soldiers at 300 life right now if you just kept the Uber on the guy in front, because it wasn't actually possible for the guy behind to take damage. And now something must be behind them, because I saw a damage number over there. It's a scout on their demo man. Now they need to get this demo man up to corner so that this scout can't get support. Now they kill the scout, so I think that gives them numbers advantage. But here's the problem. That roaming soldier, he doesn't have time to heal him. If they were going to push off that pick, they could have done it, but you can't afford to heal both soldiers there, and that's exactly why the soldier should be playing the flank here, using the resupply for health, and using the health in house if they want to push mid. Now, what are they doing? They're pushing after. Okay, they killed a scout who's now by now respawned. They lost a scout, so they're pushing 5v6 into mid. Like this, and they flashed the Uber like a lot. So huge fail push. It's like a miracle that the medical lived that. And he's sitting alone at corner. They just lost 2 more people, so I think they're like 2 or 3 up right now. I wish I could press tab to find out. But yes, so Spire is screwed. And pretty much all that they could do here is they can defend from bats if they get their demo in time, which they actually do. So they're going to bats, which is the correct position, because maybe they can sticky somebody off. His sniper, you can actually get by that. Like, he doesn't have a line on you right when you cross him, I think. I feel that way. Because the metal thingy blocks just enough of it. You just peek the corner, I can find out for sure. But anyways, they're kind of holding forward like they should be with their demo on bats here, because if they're going to hold Spire, they're going to hold bats, and actually they have nothing contesting Spire right now, so there's nothing stopping somebody like that scout who's now capping from capping. So that's okay. Now, the amount of time these soldiers spend turned around is kind of painful, because at any point the enemy team could have pushed in bottom mid there, because the cap on Spire is pretty much guaranteed, unless it was both their soldiers that just capped it, which would be pretty bad. But a trap that some teams fall into, I find, is that they will have people in the correct positions to hold a door, but they won't actually be watching the door, so there's nothing stopping the enemy team from just running into them. And it looks like they're getting... What the heck are they doing? They're sending a soldier back to last, the other one's staying. Okay, so they're slowly giving up on the forward hold. That's what it is. Now their demo, I feel... Okay, he's back. Suicide loses scout for no reason. Once your combo's backed up, there's no reason to be out peeking. So now the other team has an advantage on this push, and should be coming in any minute now. That scout should be getting buffs rather than peeking. Scout peeks. Like, I understand why this class does this all the time, because as a scout you feel that you can, you know, check a door without any risk, because you're fast, but you have to do it, like, rather than peeking close to the bottom mid like that scout just did, if you peek, like, from far back, you can still see what's there, which is all you're going to get anyways, because it's not like you're going to be able to W-mouse 1 into the enemy team and kill somebody. Like, get real. He didn't really need to take damage there, because basically just peeked too close to the door. And that scouts just, like, have this antsiness to them that makes them feel that they need to do something all the time, and they don't. Because in a holding, like Uber versus Uber position, pre-fight, scouts are useless. They can't peek, they're not going to do any damage there, they're not going to get, like, the best they can do is take spam. So basically, the smart play is to not do that. Now, I think been given enough time by the other team for their 6th to be back up, but they lose a scout peak and giving up the high ground. Why? Don't give it up. Don't give it up. What are you doing? Oh my god, okay, so they push. But this is like bad because they're bringing... They had both scouts dead. Then they pushed. They killed 2 people. And now they're bringing both soldiers who are at not good health into a fight with the yet to pop enemy combo. Or what? The heck? Did the enemy combo pop? Maybe they were forced. That's the only way this situation would make any sense to me. In which case, I can somewhat accept their decision to push. I can't accept the no, he has it. Okay, I don't really get what's going on. Either they managed to get that medic to pop, and then their push kind of made sense because they had uber advantage, or the other medic milked the heck out of that charge for no reason and let everybody in his team die rather than just popping back into the flashed uber, which is, you know, a guaranteed good uber. I don't know. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna carry on. Now they have somebody capping Spire, but their combo is not in position to support, and I'm pretty sure they've lost the picks they originally had, so it's time to get out. And at most do a forward hold. At least, ouch, that's bad luck for that spy. So they're kind of wondering, like, I don't know where the rest of the team is, so maybe I should be asking for comms when I have pop demos, but now we're back to last, basically just resetting on this push. Pocket Soldier bothering me by hurting himself below 200 life for no reason. I've actually seen that happen, like back in the old days when nobody knew or had experimented. Oh, jeez, fell off. Yeah, I was talking about building Uber. Back in the old days, nobody knew, like, you could just build by being over 200 health the entire time, because as long as you're not fully buffed, you still have the same rate. And like pockets would build down to like 100 life, and then the other team would just push in because they had a super advantage, and the pocket would just die instantly. Oh, good times. So anyways, they do have uber advantage, so I'd like the aggression, but they lost a scout, so it's like doomed. So I would just back up if I was them, because all they have right now is their combo alone in top mid. Nobody's actually watching that right door. Like, the medic periodically checks, but he's not checking enough, and a scout could have come up at any time there. So that was a place that you could have been forced or killed, and you didn't need to risk it. And I think what they did there is they like moved into a forward hold with their combo and then backed up, and now I think they have like their scouts and roamers still playing out through the base, which is wrong. Now the roamers over there, the scouts over there. Okay, so we're okay. And now here's a push, actually. It looked like a suiciding soldier at first, but here's a push. Another pointless flash from the medic. What was going to shoot the demo there? It just like makes your demo feel good to be flashing. There was nothing that could have possibly shot him, so there goes a second from your Uber for no reason. Like, imagine if you'd been, like, the other Uber would have been shorter than yours, and you could have made a bigger advantage on this already huge advantage because they have 3 picks. So, at this point, I would already be moving the combo up. It's inappropriate to be this close to the last point because you're going to be pushing, and they are pushing. Not quite as fast as I would have liked, but they're pushing. They cover drop down. I hope somebody covered bottom left. Now they see 3 people in yard. This is a critical call. 3 people went down on the push, 3 people are up in yard. So there's nobody hiding for a back cap. So the demo should be with them. Well, I'm not a fan of leaving the demo at all, but actually well executed push anyways. I mean, the demo I think stayed at last, but regardless. Okay, talking about scout peaks again. Kenneth didn't need to take any damage there. And, yeah. So let's see. Enemy medic survived. Ubers are even right now then. And there's a pick, so they can go. And it would have been appropriate for them to move, like, in and get the Uber as they walked in. But it looks like they're actually going to decide not to push it, because it was just a scout pick, and if you're not bloodthirsty like me, then you don't push on scout picks. But I'm bloodthirsty, so I push on them. Rawr. And they lose a scout, so now they're at a disadvantage. See, I just wish that the demo was with them on corner, because he can stop bullshit. Oh god, fail pop. So they lost the exchange. The other team has the similar characteristics of flashing for no reason. They could have just like sat that Uber on their faces and killed them all, rather than flashing to 2 and backing up. But Red is still totally screwed here, because they lost the pocket soldier. They lost a scout before the push who's not back in on this yet. They lost a scout who decided to run into the enemy Uber combo, and now they have no flank. They have like 1 scout spawning and just these 3 people up, so they need to get out because they're outnumbered like 5v6, and the medic seems to know to get out, but his people aren't backing up. They need to back up because they're gonna die momentarily. I mean, bad from that soldier to go in before his team. What is going on? Where's the enemy demo? They could have just WM1, M2'd that. It would have been over. But now 3 picks magically from the red team. You don't need to heal those guys. They're for a resupply. What are you doing? You have 3 picks. Just go on to mid. Please. Please go on to mid. They're going to spawn. Okay, so we're trying to get into mid, but the enemy spawns are up by now. And you gotta rip. Okay, I'm calm. At least they have their demo at choke now. But they have no reason to push anymore because medics have both been alive for this entire series of pushes. And they both have Uber. No, 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 no. This is a bad push. The other team has Uber. You don't go in when the other team has, like, spawn advantage. What the heck? I gotta figure out who the enemy medic is. Did they die there and I didn't know? Because if they actually had that Uber advantage and they were just guessing on it, then that was a great play, but I guess I still don't know who the medic is. Well, I guess maybe when blue went 3 down, the medic was one of them. Okay. So, my bad, sorry guys. Apparently I don't know what's going on. Because we haven't seen the medic die in a combo fight yet. Now scout on them. Doesn't do anything. And since they definitely did kill the medic on this push, then they have advantage. You're gonna take it in here. Yes, just go, just go. Take it on the soldier because he's lit already. This is a good time to flash him in the door. Oh, and he got just beasted. Okay, so not the best Uber I've ever seen. As a result, they're gonna fall apart. But I still wish I knew who the enemy medic was. He's switching crits from the looks of my thingy popping up, or maybe he just got a drop. So yes, that push, he didn't need to pop due to on the demo, because the demo was at 260 health. They could have led that Uber with the lit soldier, because, I mean, who cares if you're lit, you're Ubered. Now, their demo kills 2 people. Is there an enemy medic? Okay, it's one of those SP guys that's the medic, because I see no heal beam. I'm gonna guess it's Skunk. That's my guess. Alright, so anyways. So since they had that 2k from their demo, they're retaking Spire. It would be extremely nice if that sniper was a scout, because he has yet to kill anything. And he could cap Spire. There's potential, you know, like he could kill that scout, he could cap Spire, he could do useful things, or he could be a sniper. And he chooses to be a sniper. So, Uber advantage for red, because we're going on the SP theory, and given how suicidal that those scouts are playing, there's still that Uber advantage, which is slipping away, probably only 15 seconds now. But here they go. They pop through, force the enemy combo into spawn. Scatter sticks on point, the medic steps on point. I'd rather have the Bach do it, but they win anyways. Just medic skunks. Yes! I got it. I guess you know, you can see, because in real life I was pointing frantically at the top right to see who the medic was. I now know it's Skux. Looking for Scout. Alright, so this rollout, finally, good rollout. The soldier shouldn't be that far behind, so he missed a jump somewhere. Stay on the critical guy. Yes, perfect. Now switch to the other soldier. No. Okay, close enough. So, the problem with this mid is that the demo backed up into house rather than staying out on train area or in valley. The second soldier never came out of house because he was afraid because he didn't have 300 life. The medic busted out fast, but he didn't heal that second soldier, which would have let him jump. So their mid is screwed because the heals were a little off, and they had people backing up into house when there was no reason to back up into house. So they do kill a scout, but I don't think it's enough for them to go back in on this. They lose their own scout. So now it's 5v4, I do believe. But at least they have their demo with their combo, so I definitely would hold the yard here. Good idea to hold here. Enemy Ubers in. Don't milk it. Save the demo. Phew. Good job. That second flash wasn't necessary, but I'll let that one go. That's okay. Soldier doesn't need to peek there because he's not going to do any damage uphill. Now he needs to reload, so had a potential risk of getting suicided on there. But, okay, one pick. That soldier's probably lit in house. 2 picks. Go with the combo. You killed 2 people. 3 picks. Go with the demo. Yes, go. Good job. Just keep walking forward. It's all over for them if you just walk forward. And it's all over for them. Great push. Good job. Making a play in house. Maybe at some point, when I do a review of something I've sourced TV on, I'll talk about the sway of things in house, how like soldiers coming in from each side can influence it. But I think the other team has the spawns by now, but they shouldn't be there yet. Now the other team Ubers in, which maybe was a force, or maybe them playing like really cool and being like, yes, we have a fleeting Uber advantage because actually no, wait, they shouldn't have had an advantage there. It was because Red sat on the demo for so long without having a soldier with them. That's what happened. So that's why they got screwed there. So Blue pops in after getting forced and like totally wipes their team because they they didn't have Uber because they weren't building. So it's like, and I mean there's not even like a difference in it. There's no way Blue could have known. Wow, that's so unfortunate. Because that was like, that should have been Red Spire, and now they're their last. Oh man. Okay, so Uber's pretty close now. Demo is playing up alone, which I mean, of all classes to be going for a pick, don't do the demo. But Ubers are even. Get off last. You have 2 picks. You know, whether or not I agree with your methods of getting them, you have 2 picks, and your combo could have taken upper lobby, could have cap time on Spire, but you don't. The soldier's back. I think the other one was a scout. The scout's coming back. And all you accomplished with that was you got Uber, which you could have done without those picks. So, you know, the problem is the mode that they're choosing to hold here is like the goal is they're going to have a death grip on their last. They're not attempting to retake Spire, and that was a great opportunity to retake Spire. And in an attempt to create another opportunity, which their combo is not going to capitalize anyways on, they lose a scout, kill an enemy scout, but it doesn't matter because they don't have their own scout to start a push. And I see that like the roamer is playing far up there. Between him and a scout, they lose another scout and trade with the enemy, and like this is just a risky play. If you're not gonna capitalize on the picks that you've got with your combo, then there's no point in going for those picks, and going for those picks will eventually just open a window for the enemy team to roll over your last. Now, what's the status right now? From watching the top right in the last few seconds, we have a scout and a soldier dead on blue, and just a scout dead on red, and that scout will spawn soon, and the enemy soldier will spawn pretty soon. So this is actually another window to push Spire, because they have 1 scout down, so they don't really need to worry about a back half so much. They have the second scout who's going to spawn on red side to sweep through the base, and the first spawn is a soldier, so he's going to come in without crit heals and lit. So this is a window to push, but they're not going to take it again. So The other problem with doing this kind of hold is the other team has had plenty of time to switch classes, so there could be a spy or sniper right now, since they have kept trading players with the enemy, and this medic has not checked his back in like 30 seconds. Okay, so 2 more picks. Like, it's so push-friendly right now. Like, the other team's got like that soldier who came back lit, the scout who's coming back, I guess he's back in, but now they're 6v4, 6v3-ish, and they're not moving. And now they're moving, but it's too late. Maybe it feels exasperated to me because, oh god, this is why you don't put both your soldiers in an Uber. They just lost that really badly on the health, and they didn't have to. And now they're getting soldier down, scouts get, Jesus Christ. Okay, so step 1, push when you actually get the picks rather than waiting and saying, oh, should we push, should we push? No, just do it. Second, don't put both your soldiers in an Uber exchange. Put one soldier in an Uber exchange. That's it. So he missed a buff on a scout this mid. And they're not going to have 300, 300. They're going to have 300, 200, which is close, but oh god damn it. He didn't take the other guy to 300. They're going to have messed up health. And they didn't jump a soldier, they just kept both soldiers on trains, so they take extra damage from rollers, and apparently no scout was watching under, so a scout comes to the closet and kills them for free, and now they're wiping. This round is effectively over. For they have no kills and they're about to lose the demo man, so he can't even delay Spire for them to hopefully have a chance of defending last. So this is a really great time for a forward hold, because you have like a few seconds before they get into the base, and you desperately need... Oh, never mind, the demo died, so forget it. This is over, because they're getting Ubered on, they're already 2 down, so... Oh well. It's a bad mid, and sometimes there's no way to recover from a bad mid, but they did still have the demo up, so they could have tried a forward hold if you'd lived, but, you know, stuff happens. Okay, buff the scouts. You missed both the scouts, so no buffs. No, actually I see one of them has a buff. I just missed that on my screen, I guess. And they have optimal heals on the soldiers, so this is going to be a good mid, because you have 300, 300. Look at that. Beautiful. Just jump out of the door. If your demo was that hurt, he must have done some damage as well. But they never made it out of house with their combo, because the soldiers decided to sit on door and spam together and take the same splash damage, rather than just jumping off the door and doing work. So now they're both scouts down. Nothing's watching flank, because the roamer is not on flank. So nobody has looked behind them for the last 10 seconds. There could be a scout behind you right now, easily. Just saying. Could be a scout on you. I walk forward and save the soldier. Yes, save the soldier. God damn it, dude, let him take too much damage. Oh. So yeah, that's like one rule about having good Uber exchanges is you walk forward into an Uber exchange, even, or perhaps especially, if you have a numbers disadvantage at the start of it, you walk forward into the Uber exchange, because it lets you be stronger and not take 300 damage in your pocket and then drop him because he's juggled temporarily. But while I was ranting about the Uber exchange, it looks like Red killed everybody. So I think well, it looked like they were moving to mid, but I don't think they killed quite enough players to actually push mid, so they should be... Well, that soldier and medic should have gone the same way for step 1. Step 2, the demo should be with the combo and yard right now. And the medic should not be peeking this alone, because there's nobody in front of him. And that was exactly how you die to a trap, exactly how you get juggled and take 100 damage for no reason, then die to long range hit scan. Okay, so not healing for a few seconds there, taking unnecessary damage, not the optimal yard hold. Now, unfortunately I wasn't paying attention when the enemy medic died, because I was too busy talking about the Uber exchange, so I'm just going to hope that the enemy medic died in that exchange like their medic, and now they have even Ubers, or they would have even Ubers if this medic had been building the entire time, but it looks like they're not going to get punished for it. Now, they kill the pocket soldier, they lose a scout, and they're getting flanked. If they clean up these scouts, they can push. Pop, Pop, pop. Holy God. And that was like a 10 million man suicide. And the other team dropped the Uber that they should have had. So I think a little bit too much value being placed on how useful it is to sit on 100%. But anyways, I don't like exactly how these Ubers are being executed, because it seems as soon as he pops, he looks for who to flash, and he always tries to flash. And that's giving him much shorter Ubers than he could have, but I mean, nothing matters when the other medic either wasn't building and doesn't have it when he should, or just drops the Uber, because a free ticket to a good Uber is the enemy not having an Uber. But you don't get that free ticket all the time. And now they back up, so I hope to see them not bleed out a bunch of players here. And looks like they're doing a good job of it. Okay, so just wait here. Don't push, don't peek. Just buff everybody and then go. Doing a pretty good job of it. If they just buff the soldier, yes, crit heal is beautiful. Now save the demo, he's in there alone. No. No. Why? They have a sniper. Ugh. That was so close to a good push. Except the demo went in 1v6. Now the enemy team pops in. Appropriate response, pop now on this guy. Yes. Have a soldier jump out of this, because you could have had a longer Uber than them. But now their sniper dies again without having done anything, because he's not doing it at an appropriate time. You get crit buff on this demo. Well, he doesn't have crit buff anymore, but could have crit buffed that demo. Would have been nice. Would have increased your chances of winning this, but now your demo is dead, and you've lost a few people. And unfortunately, there's a scout behind you who's going to clean you up. Prepare to get cleaned up. Except the pistol can't ever hit any shot, so he's going to live. But it doesn't matter, because the enemy combo's coming in, since they lost that horribly. And now all that they can do is either A, suicide the soldier and actually get a pop, which I think is A, well, B, unlikely, or they could just forward hold. And I think the answer is forward hold. Please. Please. The medic knows what he wants to do. Yeah, get sticks on those doors. Where's the demo? Where's the demo? Where's the demo? No, forward hold. So, if blue wants, they've already won, because they have Uber advantage coming to last, and it's tough to hold last without Uber. Just saying. And they should have Uber now, so it would have been really unfortunate for that red soldier to be in the red health right when they came in, but already he's not buffed right at the start, so he's gonna die. He's dead. Medic making the appropriate action to switch sides. Demo's stuck in spawn, and I guess he hasn't died on point yet, but it's probably over. Yes. And, you know, the only thing I can fault with that last defense is not having the pocket at 300 right when they came in, but it's still tough to hold against an Uber when you don't have Uber. And you don't have, you know, totally broken gunslinger Regis doing all the work for you. Or, what's the other one? Heavies? Degreaser Pyros? Off-classing is wonderful, because it's not like you're going to push out anyways when you don't have Uber. You may as well switch those scouts off. Put down some gunslingers. Now, first pick. Ooh, air shot. But first pick went to red, so they had an advantage up until the point that they sat on their train for too long and then got torn apart. The scout kills the medic, and there's no reason to actually do this, because he's just going to have a longer spawn now. You just keep running at them and shooting, because you're dead for sure. But, you know, it's okay, he killed the medic. Now their medic's up, and now they can hold yard, because they have heals. Oh, well, I guess it's hard to go the same door when you miss your jumps. Now, you don't need to go trash. No, the demo's dead. There's no blue medic. Why would the demo be out alone? Why wouldn't he be sitting behind somebody? Now both soldiers in the same position, just making themselves pipe fodder. Enemy demo absolutely having a field day with the blue soldiers, but they have 2 picks, including a scout, which is good for them too. hold Spire, because they have one less person who can actually cap it against a demo. Now, if they were on bats supporting their demo... Oh, it's over. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess that's that then. To finish my final thought, if they were on bats supporting their demo, they would have had a stronger hold on Spire there, but it didn't matter because they timed out. That one kind of flew by. Okay, so let's sum it up. Step 1, Uber's correct response: pop early enough on the pocket that he doesn't take a bunch of damage, walk forward with the pocket and the medic into the enemy Uber when you're having an exchange, because that makes the enemy medic back up. He can't keep pushing into people behind you, so you don't need to let them make you flash. You can just push into them, enemy medic has to back up. If the pocket jumps behind you, you can frag him and then push because they have no pocket. If he backs up with the medic, you can then be in a better position to push if you happen to have a health advantage coming off the Uber, since you're closer to them already with your combo, and you have the natural follow-up coming right behind you. Beautiful. Beautiful. But backing up with everybody and letting them get their Uber far in and then back out, not so good. You want to make them back out with your Uber, and then have everybody else follow up. So, similar note, pushes, lead with the combo. Don't let the roamer and scouts do all the work and go die, unless you're actually just doing a suicide and a fake push, which you never did. So, lead with the combo. Holding last, don't try to just hold last, try to cap 2 back. So off those picks that your scouts and roamer are working so hard to get, it's okay to kind of risk one person if you are, are close enough to Uber to kill time on last until they spawn. But whatchamacallit, yes, if they get picks, you go. You can't just you're never going to cap Spire off 3v6 action with your roamer scouts. The combo has to commit at some point. And I'm okay with keeping the combo back at last a bit, but once you have numbers advantage, you go. Because that's how you get off your last. What else do I want to say? Too much soldier action in the combo. Pretty much the way I like to play roamer, the way I like to see roamers play is they take no heals except for crit heals right before a push. And other than that, the medic never sees them. And the reason for that is that the additional damage that second soldier adds for you is not much compared to having the demo in your combo, which these guys could have done a lot more. And having that soldier on the flank lets you make so many more plays and makes your scouts so much more safe against the enemy roamer or a quick scout push, because he can spam away the enemy scouts. So, that's another thing to work on. Rollouts could have been better. Yeah, pretty much, they got it right some rounds, they got it wrong other rounds, so I guess there's no reason to get them wrong ever, because it's very simple. One soldier equalizes, the other soldier doesn't jump, takes a crit heal, and then jumps with the medic. Don't jump and freeze time unless you're on greenery, because your health will suck. A lot. A lot. And I think that might cover it. I think it does. So, first review of my medic POV away, I guess. Sorry for not realizing who the enemy medic was for 15 minutes, but maybe I'll just figure that out next time. So it's a learning process for all of us. And yeah, I guess I will catch you guys next time I have a demo. Peach.